Hello! I am testing something new today. I think it worked. I don't know though. I'm like a little freaked out. Did it work? Am I live in the right spot in the right way? I don't know. It did! Okay. Let me get this shared out, and then we are going to get this show on the road. It's Power Coach Alishia here, and we are talking all about when your mind is right, your world is right, your mindset being 100% of success. Oh my gosh, I guess I'll just have to change that text later. I don't know how to tell if anybody's on here live with me. I'm using a new like software, so I'll just pay attention to the computer and go from there. All right, let me get this shared around. I don't know. If you're on here, make sure you say hi to me because I literally have no idea how to see comments. And if I push a button and it's the wrong button, then what? Then what? Share on my timeline. Boom. I don't even know where comments would come up. It's fine. It's fine. Let me get this shared like nobody's business. I'm going to go as fast as I can. There's kind of a chunk of places to get this shared to, but I will go fast. And give Facebook a chance to notify you guys that I'm on here live anyways. Right? Right? Feels like forever since I've been live. I have so much to talk to you about today. Just fire you up. Okay, groups are next. Oh, you know what? We could just do the damn thing all over the place. It's all right. One step at a time here. So anyways, when you're coming on here, I know if you're watching this on replay, you're like, shit, get to the point. I'm sorry. I have to manually share this everywhere, so it takes just a second. I know staring at me sucks. Just look at my Buddha and make a wish. Pray. See, there is somebody here. Who is it? What up, Danisha? Did you say hi to me? Say hi to me in the comments. Let me see if this junk is working. All right, I have one more place to share this. And then we're good to go. I don't know how to see the comments. This is the thing. I can see them on the computer, but not on my screen. It's all right. I'm using a new software, and I'll just be grateful. Because now I got branding at the bottom of it. How cool is that? It's like you're always giving up one thing for another, isn't it? How you doing, girl? How's life? What's up? Guys, I'm terrified to push buttons. What if I can't come back? I'm not pushing any buttons. Who knows if I'll ever find this page again. Okay. Ooh, there's stuff down at the bottom. Share something and a star. Don't know what any of that is. Okay. Oh, see, this says there's people. Dana! What's up? Hello, Heather. What's up? Oh, you know what? I have something else I can do. You guys aren't like ready to go, right? Oh, you know what you should do? If you are on the computer, you should click that little bell in the top right. I don't know if you can do it on your phone. I don't know how this works, but yes, indeedy. I'll have to figure this out later. I wanted to send a message to tell you people that I'm live, but this is too much for me. Okay, I'm back. 4 minutes of me sharing and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. That is not good for video. That's okay. At least I'm pretty, right? So I'm Power Coach Alishia. And I'm your source of fun, funny, exciting, entertaining, and educational coaching with a twist of tough mama bear, no fluff, no hand-holding, no bullshit love. It's my job to teach you how to live the life you love, plus build a profit-filled empire, unapologetically authentic. Now, just a little bit more in depth there. Life coaching is like breathing for me. It's first nature. It's what like I automatically do no matter what. And direct sales coaching is second nature for me. Like, what is up with my hair? Do you guys see this crazy saucery? Whatever. It's like second nature for me. And so I have just been working diligently to bring everything together and make it freaking badass. And, you know, in such a way that I can deliver all the fab saucery to you. And so today I was thinking about a lot of stuff that I've gone through in the last 6 months and the thought processes that I had and the stress and the challenges, like everything. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go live and I'm going to share this and just give you guys some hope, some perspective. Plus, I have something cool coming up tomorrow as well that I want to invite you to. It's free, so don't stress out there. But anyways, let's jump in. Who's here? Who's here? I get so confused. Anyways, if you're just joining us, make sure you say hi in the comments. Say, what's up? I cannot believe my little banner worked at the bottom of the screen. I'm so proud of myself. Anyways, you know, over the last 6 months, I have like struggled really, really hard with mindset. And I've had to work really, really hard on my mindset as well. Like, you know, what I'm thinking, how I'm thinking it, you know, getting it under control, things that I've always talked to you about. And, you know, I thought I've got to go on and just share so much that's on my mind. Hey, Tessa. Hey, you guys, make sure you share this too. Share it with your upline, sideline, downline, anybody you know in direct sales or anybody that you know that has a business and could just use a really big fucking boost. Okay? Okay. Anyways, say hi to me, chat with me. You guys will see me looking down because I can't see the comments on my screen, so I gotta look over there. Anyways, so I've had a lot of, you know, making effort and having that effort not work, right? I'm sure you can understand what that feels like when you're constantly making effort and no matter what you do, you're not getting there it goes again. The results you want from that effort. Oh, I might have fixed it. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you're going to be like, what in the flying fuck is going on? Anyways, I made a lot of efforts where, like, in the last 6 months where I felt like there was no result from it. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. No, like, okay, that worked. Let's just tweak that and make it better. Yes, I'm going to be fucking with my hair the whole time because I don't know what's going on with it. You know, I have felt like that a lot. And one of the things that I didn't do in the last 6 months was give up, right? So there was a time the last 6 months that I wasn't even sure that I was going to do direct sales coaching ever again. Like, I wasn't even sure if I was going to walk away and stop doing that. It was a time the last 6 months that I wasn't even sure. Hey, Cassie, nice to meet you. If I was going to be a coach, if I was going to be a life coach, a business coach, or if I was just going to fucking hang up the towel and let my husband just take care of us for a while till I figured out my shit. Or maybe I was just going to be a stay-at-home mom and kick my kids' ass and get them in shape. Like, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, you know? So over the last 6 months, it's just been a lot of taking consistent action, not knowing what the fuck I was really going to do and where it was going to end up, and a lot of soul and mind work. And at times, my mind was sharp. It was strong. I was ready to go. I knew exactly what was what, right? And then there was times where I was confused and overwhelmed and lost and not sure and all of that. But in the middle of all of that, I still took action. I still showed up. I still made offers. I still coached. I still did the damn thing. And so even when you're working on your mindset, even when you're doing your best to build your business and you're not quite sure the right path to take or if what you're doing is working, you still have to take action. And so that's why I wanted to do this live. I'm crazy busy right before vacation, right? I leave tomorrow. I have a 4-part bookings live that I'm doing tomorrow. And it's about 4 hours of my time right before we leave, but it doesn't matter. Like, that's what I want to do. That's what feels good. So that's the first thing that I want to tell you, or that's the main thing I want to tell you about today, is to make sure that you've got your notifications on for the page, because the 4-part training tomorrow is the shit. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you can't make it live, you'll be able to watch the replays through the weekend, and then they're coming down. So just make sure that you turn on your notifications here, and if you're at work or you can't get on starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, that you show up as soon as you can. It'll be 4, 5, 6, and 7 p.m. Eastern that I'm live. So 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. Yeah, so 4 hours about. I mean, I talk a million miles a minute, so we'll see what happens. But I'm breaking it up into a 4-part training that is going to be freaking awesome. And it's going to happen right here on the Rockstar Direct Sales Facebook page. If you are watching this video anywhere else, you can go to facebook.com/Rockstar Direct Sales. Come right here, like the page, turn on your notifications, and get ready for pure fab saucery. So let me talk to you about, I'm finding, I think I found my groove again. Stella got her groove back, Tessa. Sheila, like, what in the flying fuck, you guys? I don't even know if I should just carry on. This is just nutso. My little top bun usually does so good, but today it looks like a freaking shit show. I literally need to go get this purple stripped out of my hair because my hair doesn't know what to do with it. So, okay, I think I got it. No, I didn't. Do you see that? Why is nobody telling me that they can see the shiitake that I see? And then it looks like there's a little, okay, oh, whatever. So starting with, I don't know, somehow, some way, I lost Melody. What's up, girl? I lost my confidence. And for those of you guys that know me, I'm not somebody who loses their confidence. I'm not somebody who doesn't know what to do or gets lost and is unsure. And I feel like I have been really lost and unsure and confused and not knowing what's what and what to do and what decision to make and how I feel and what I feel connected to and what, like all the things. It's been crazy. And then in the midst of all this, I've gotten caught in the comparison trap of, oh, they're doing it, they're succeeding, they're kicking ass, they're doing the business that they want to do. I'm still gonna fuck with my hair again. They're living the life that they want to live. And then I think about the fact, like, oh, I used to be like that. I used to be living the life that I want to live and making the money that I want to make, but I wasn't happy. And then I go down that, but it's like, well, would it have been better for me to keep going unhappy and found my happiness and all of that, like all of the things, because I don't know, I just got caught in this crazy comparison, and it was so frustrating to me because that's not my personality. And I would keep telling myself in my head, like, Anthony Robbins says comparison is the thief of joy and you can't be focused on that. But then I would get more stressed out and then compare more, and it just was like this crazy rigmarole. And the other day I just did a post and all I put was comparison is the thief of joy, and there were comments like, yeah, but how do you stop yourself from comparing? How do you get out of that trap? And one of the things that I did to get out of comparison was like leave all the groups from like coaches and people who sold things like I do. Hi, Crystal. Hey, Sheila. Sold things like I do in the industry that I sell in, because I found myself going, like, I have way better product than that. Why is she succeeding? Blah, 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 blah. Make sure you guys share this out too. And so I would go down those rabbit holes. So that was one of the first things I did, was remove myself from the world of where I would, like, it would come up in the news feed and I would be able to see that and compare myself. Second thing that I did was realize that, no matter what, even in my time of doubt and what I was going through at the time, that I do have my own badassery that lives within me, and that I just have to find out how, like, connect with how to deliver that badassery and really connect to the soul of what is, for me, my life coaching and my favorite thing to do, In the same breath, I found myself comparing me to another version of myself. Have you guys ever done that? Just drop a 1 in the comments if you have ever compared your current self to an older version of yourself, in a bad way though. Like, you were envious of that older version of yourself. You felt like she was so much smarter, so much cooler, like she had so much more of her shit together, and that this version of you just couldn't seem to get her shit together. I need to put some gloss on my lips. They're dry. Who does this on a live? Power Coach Alishia, that's who. It's glittery. I need more people to start selling freaking lip scents again. It seems like everybody was selling it, and now nobody's fucking selling it, and all my shit doesn't work the way that it used to. So anyways, she was like, yeah, Crystal, same thing. I thought I was a little bit crazy. Melody, same thing. Like, I didn't really realize that that was something that people did. And so when I was in the middle of it, I was just thinking that maybe I'm crazy because I'm comparing myself. First, I was comparing myself to other people. Then I started comparing myself to the older version of me and our past version of me, and feeling like, well, she's awesome, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to, quote unquote, get back there and be that person again, or show up as that person again, or deliver the way that person did again, and all of this. And what I had to do was realize a couple of things. First of all, you should never be working towards getting back to, because what got you here today has helped shape the person that you are. Wherever, like, here is, whatever you've come down to, whatever your business is, your life is, it doesn't matter. What got you to this place is what has shaped you. And what's going to take you from this place that you're in to that next level, to that next place, to wherever it is that you're going, is not that old version of yourself. You cannot be that old version of yourself for what's to come for you. Like, sometimes I'll listen to old videos of myself and it'll annoy me. I will not be envious of that bitch at all. I'm like, why the fuck is she so high-pitched? Why the fuck is she so hyper? Like, she cannot literally be that excited. But then when I think of myself back then and how I felt inside, I really was that excited. I really did have that much energy, you know? And if you've been with me from that version of me to now, it would seem like, man, you seem so sad, or you seem like there's something wrong, like you're not as excited, you're not as happy. But a lot has happened from that version of me, my life, my business, to now. My kids are 6 years older, you know? So now I have a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old, and at that time I had a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. Life was a little bit different. Life felt different. Yes, there was still stresses in life, but it was just a different level. A preteen, and like making sure you're being a good mom and instilling the shit in your children, and like all of that, it shifts when your kids start getting that 10 plus years old, to where like your mindset and the way you think and the way you run life and the way that you do things, it changes, right? Middle of all that, I had a hysterectomy. My goal, like my plan in life, was to have 2 more kids. So I was going to have 4 kids. And then when I couldn't have kids anymore, I was going to adopt 2 little girls that were sisters. Like, everything changed. I moved across the country. I joined a business that I didn't plan on joining. When I moved across the country, I moved back home, but I was never planning on moving back home. It just is how the sun, the moon, the stars aligned. When I got back home, I bought a house. I wasn't planning on buying a house so fast. Like, so freaking much has happened from that version of myself to this version of myself. So therefore, I can't look at her and go, why was she so energized and excited, and why are you not? Or why is this middle level of you like so smart and badass? Like my podcast, when I go back and, hey babe, when I go back and I listen to my podcast, I'm like, fuck, that was so fucking good. And then I think in my head, oh, you know, another day I should go live. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I would talk about. But in that podcast, it was so badass, you know? And so I find myself in this like, she's so amazing, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's so amazing, what the fuck is wrong with you? And again, that's me comparing myself to myself. So even though I stopped comparing myself to everybody else, I'm in this like little rigmarole of comparing myself to me and wondering what am I missing? Why do I feel like I have lost that connection with just being able to show up as a badass and deliver and be, and it just hit home and it just be perfect and the words come out right and I feel connected and all the things, right? So I've been asking myself this question: what's going on with you? Are you depressed? You know, all the things that you should ask yourself if you're a survivor and not a victim. So see, victims, they lay in bed, they cry, they don't leave, the room's dark, like they don't move forward. They get stuck. A survivor, it may still feel the way somebody does who's laying in bed depressed and can't go on, but they're taking action to move forward because maybe A, they have to provide a living and support their family or to pay their bills, or B, that's just the type of person they are. And for me, I'm both of those, you know, so I move forward and I don't stay stuck and I don't stay down because I don't have any other choice. And so I just move. Right? So then in the midst of all of like the comparison to other people, to myself, the crazy life that I've had in the last even 3 years, when I think of 2015 to current, how much has happened, how much has changed, how much I've been through, how much I've grown, like so there's been so much in 3 years, from not knowing whether or not I was going to die to rebuilding my company from the ground up. It's nuts. It's just crazy. You know, 3 years ago, I was going to have 2 more children. 3 years ago, I lived in Florida and had no plan on moving. 3 years ago, I could see my mom whenever I wanted. 3 years ago, life was just completely different, right? So anyways, I'm moving forward. The next challenge comes from, and something that I noticed that I was doing, which was setting me to feel unhappy, was attaching emotion to the outcome. So drop a 2 in the comments if you find that you take action and you're good with taking action, but then when things don't work out how you want them to, you stop taking action or you start doubting everything and you feel like you're back to the drawing board or you're at square one or you don't even know what you're going to do. So shout that out in the comments, because for me, that was something that happened as well. I was, you know, okay, I have done this before, X. I have done it 7 times, and in the 7 times, these are the range of results that I've got. So I know I'm going to fall somewhere in there, right? So this is what I tell myself. Then I go and I take the fucking action, just like I did before, same fucking words, same everything for the sake of this, and it doesn't fucking come out right. It's like, what the fuck? I have done this so many times. So, hey Terry, so many freaking times. And yes, it hasn't always been amazing, but there was like even the worst level of result, you know, just looking at this, say, okay, well, I've done this so many times and the worst level of result I had was this. So if I do it again, I can say that it's going to be at that worst level or higher. And then all of a sudden it ends up being even worse than that. Like, so for example, I spend, I don't know, 10 hours writing emails, creating graphics, updating this, updating that, make it right, scheduling this, blah, 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 all of this fucking shit, right? And it's all part of something I've done before, or maybe it was copy and pasting emails, not even writing them, but putting the right link in there. Then I send it out into the world and nothing. Same emails, same formats, sometimes the exact same week of the month that I did it before, and nothing. And I go, well, what the fuck? Maybe nobody wants me to be their coach anymore. Maybe people don't believe that I'm a good direct sales coach anymore. Maybe people don't want help with getting their mindset right. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. You know what? I'm fucking sick of putting in all this effort. I'm fucking done. I don't know what you're going to do, Daniel, but I'm not doing any more shit. You got to go get a job. Right? So then I get pissed off and I'm frustrated and I get down on myself and I start talking shit to myself. You're not cut out for this. You know, the things that you used to do don't work now. People don't give a shit. See, if you just wouldn't have started like being 100% you and saying fuck and being who you are live, you would have this really thriving business, right? And then a fucking email comes in and is like, I'm canceling my membership because you have a horrible mouth and you're unprofessional. And I just want to write back, fuck you. You know what I mean? But I digress. You know what I mean? So it's like this situation where you've attached emotion to the outcome. So what does Courtney say? My therapist says it's easier to beat ourselves up than to not, because we want a reason that it didn't work. And that is a good point as well. Like, yeah, well, it didn't work because of all of this. But the truth be told is maybe it didn't work because of, just because it worked last year at this time of year, maybe the economy has shifted a little bit to where you're late or you're early in what you're doing and in your marketing, or maybe your personality is shifted as such, but the people who are connected to you in your world are not indoctrinated to this version of you. And if you're truly growing as a person and you're truly growing in business, you are going to have to continually be growing and connecting to people who are connected to that version of you. Some of you guys have been here so long and you loved me before when I was like this bubbly, crazy, energetic freak before the hysterectomy and crazy saucery of the last 3 years. And she didn't ever say fuck. Hardly ever, right? And now this version of me is a potty mouth, is like, fuck off, who gives a shit, bitch, you know, like all the things. And, oh, I can't stand how she talks like that. And so maybe you were connected to me for a season, and maybe it's time for you to move on to connect with somebody else who is that, like, that person that you're looking for. Even though I'm still fucking awesome at what I do as a direct sales coach, the things that I teach work even better now than they ever have before, because so many coaches in this industry are straying away and following like just the fluffy shit of the internet and social media, which is going to be the demise of most people's businesses, because you have to have an offline and an online plan. And I will talk more about that tomorrow in my 4-part training that's coming up. Okay, that's what I was saying. It's like, where am I going with? But you have to make sure that as you're growing, it's not like you have the same circle. And I think that, you know, that has been something that has affected me, is the people, the 7,000 plus people on my email list, and, you know, the 5,000 plus people who like my Facebook page, not the people who are in my current groups, because I have weeded people out and shown up as this version of myself and rebuilt my 2 groups, Rock Your Badassery and Direct Sellers Rock Daily, which has been nice because I know that the people who are in those worlds are connected with me now. But on my email list and this Facebook page, Rockstar Direct Sales, there's that disconnect, you know? I feel like there's a chunk of disconnect because I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not going to be a fake version of myself. I'm not going to pretend like so many people do who are coaches and who are authorities, that everything is perfect and you just need to get your shit together. Oh, I've got it all together. I've got it all figured out. You're just fucked up in the head, so buy this training. No, that's why I believe that those of you who truly love me so much, because when you buy a training of mine, it's literally what I either have done or currently do to help my mindset, to build my business, to control my schedule, to keep my kids under control. Hey, Joyce, nice to meet you. I'm Power Coach Alishia. Oh, Melody, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. Mwah. I love that. She says she's admired me more when I became me. And I mean, and that's an interesting phrasing, because I've always been me, but I've been hiding like that level. And then, you know, the last 3 years, I guess I just don't have the energy. I just don't have that excitement. I mean, I'm happy. I just am not like, hey! I just don't feel like that. I mean, sometimes when I see my girlfriend Courtney, I feel those higher levels of excitement. When I see my mom or get to talk to her on the phone, I feel those higher levels of excitement. Every time somebody joins my Facebook group right now from Pinterest, it makes me excited as fuck, because I'm implementing some new Pinterest strategies that I'm really, really excited to share. So that makes me feel like, so you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not now naturally excited all the fucking time. It's just certain things that like kick me up and then I come back normal, and then kick me up and then I come back normal. Maybe I need to drink some more. I don't know. So anyways, comparison with yourself, others, attaching emotion to the outcome, and I'm going to help you with all this in just a second. and then focusing on the wrong part. So focusing, thank you, Joyce. Focusing on the wrong part is kind of like attaching emotion to the outcome, but there's more to it. It's a little bit deeper. So the other thing that I have suffered with, and, you know, just like continuing to connect with you guys, drop a 3. Hey, Christy, drop a 3 in the comments if you find that once you get to the outcome, you don't even focus on the process. Like, you don't even focus on analyzing the process, see what went well, see what you can fix, see what you could do better later. Do you find the fact that you focus on, you didn't get the result you expected, so fuck it, I'm done. Or you didn't get the result that you expected, so spiral of emotions and thoughts that are negative that don't serve you. Margarita night. I had margaritas on Sunday, actually. So shout out a 3 in the comments if you find that you do that. So you've been comparing yourself to yourself, a better version of yourself in your eyes and other people. You've been attaching emotion to the outcome. So if the outcome isn't what you want it to be, you spiral, but also focusing on that outcome only and not even looking at the whole path to edit, tweak, and then re-go again to get a better result. You just kind of like say, you know, fuck it, throw it out the window, start over, and move on. Yeah. So the reason why I'm sharing all of this with you is because I've literally figured out why I am going in this crazy circle. I'm like, why am I continually like, okay, I've got this unlocked, my angels are here, I feel good, I feel connected, and then all of a sudden I'm like, crash. This fucking sucks. I'm quitting. I don't want to do this. I must not be good at this. Nobody likes me. See, I shouldn't have said fuck. I don't know why I did that again. It didn't work. And da-da-da-da-da. And then I'm like, you know what? She used to be so good. She used to be so smart. She used to have it all together. She used to know what to say. You're not that person anymore. I don't know how you're going to do this. Oh, and by the way, that fucking sucks. So I got to go back to the drawing board and start over. That was like the path that I kept going over and over and over in my head. Even though every day I was doing my best to journal and listen to The Secret at times and do my best at other times to fill my mind with stuff, it wasn't consistent enough. Zig Ziglar says, I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Zig Ziglar says something about showering. So showering doesn't last. That's why it's recommended that you do it daily. Same thing with your mental fitness, your mindset. And like I always say, mindset being 100% of your success, it doesn't last. That's why you constantly have to be feeding it. And even though I know that, I am definitely guilty of, I still feed my mind, but not as much as I have been. Like right now, I wake up and I listen to a video of Anthony Robbins on YouTube, and that's like while I'm getting my Thrive and wandering around and brushing my teeth and petting my pig in the morning and just like getting my bearings. I'm listening to Anthony Robbins, and then I go to journal, and then I turn on some just like peaceful music, which is, you might be able to hear it in the background. So I'm journaling and I'm listening to that. Then after journaling, I start some work, some daily sales activities, connecting with people, writing emails, editing emails, setting up order forms, all that. I now am listening to podcasts, and podcasts that will help my mind and my business go forward. And as I'm opting into free checklists and free webinars and all this fucking shit for free, I'm actually consuming the content. It's kind of crazy what happens when you sign up for something free and you actually do the shit that they teach. It's crazy how that happens. You know, it's crazy how you can't just put in your name and email and your life and business doesn't just magically fucking change, right? So I've been taking consistent action on the stuff that I'm learning, and really just getting clear on what I want to do going forward. Mind you, I'm also realizing that when you believe that you do something the way that you did it before, the exact same way, the exact same time, the exact same process, and it doesn't work, generally you changed something or some things. And the only way you would know that is if you go back and you analyze, that you don't get stuck in, like Terry says, the yep, I'm done, fuck it, right? Hey, Vicky. Hi, Tanya. So if you get, throw your hands up and you're done, you're never going to go back and look at, you know what, I didn't fucking do that. So here's a good, an amazing case in point. I have ran the Rockstar Booking Machine webinar since 2013. That's 5 years. And I've ran it once or twice a year, every year for 5 years. Now, never have I had as good results as the very first time that I ran it. And that's okay. I know why. There's no doubt in my mind. I was the cutting edge of the industry with webinars, upsell pages, funnels. I was the first direct sales coach to put all of that in place. So when I did it, it was like gangbusters because nobody else was doing it. So I'm okay with that, right? Like that doesn't bother me. I understand how people get desensitized and all that kind of stuff. And that's a whole other life. So, but I've ran this webinar so many times. And funny enough, I said to myself this time that I ran it, I did everything the same. I did everything the same. I have 100 people who registered. Makes no fucking sense. So I was irritated about that, right? Instead of being grateful that there was 100 people. Some people would die to have 100 people registered. Like, holy fuck, that's amazing, right? This was at first. I got my shit together and I wrote my gratitude and I pulled my head out of my ass. But I'm just saying, at first, these were my thought processes, okay? Then I did the webinar and got 2 members. So I was irritated about that because I was like, what the fuck? What did I do so wrong? I mean, generally this webinar brings in like 30 to 75 members. I know that's a pretty large range, but it does. And so I'm like, okay, so I don't know what the fuck happened there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to throw an encore on it and do an encore because I didn't know how to use the fucking software. So the first like 3 minutes of my webinar, they couldn't even hear me. So I did the encore and I signed up 2 people. And I was like, okay, well, the encore was better. You're converting at 20%. So your replay emails will get people to consume the email, consume the webinar, or they'll just sign up and, you know, you'll have more clients. I go in to set up a new funnel for this, for Facebook ads, and I find out that none of the replay emails were done. I did spend 2 fucking hours doing them. 2 hours. They're gone. The only emails that were there was to remind people to show up live, and that was fucking it. So, it was yesterday. This has been replaying since Thursday of last week. So now I'm pissed. Again, because it's like, oh, no wonder why it's not working. That wasn't fucking done. Mind you, I'm a one-man band now. And I used to never be. I used to have a team of 15 people, and collectively all of us together is what made things run. So now I'm doing it all myself, which I'm fine with. I can make sure that shit gets done the way that I want it and all that kind of stuff. But I was frustrated because I was like, well, no wonder, right? But you want to know something? If I look at this from an aerial view, this was not a full-on badass launch like I have done in the past. This was like a mini launch kind of thrown together. And I've gotten 11 new members, right? And so I could be like, that fucking sucked. It's 11, right? Not that big of a deal. Who cares? But it's huge. 11 new people who love me. I woke up to a message this morning that says, I love your Bad Lab Training Center. It's so freaking amazing. I love you. You're so awesome. I love the way you coach. That is worth its weight in gold. So that's what I mean by focusing on the wrong part. So at first I attached emotion to the outcome. I compared this webinar again to past webinars that I didn't even run it even kind of close the same. I didn't run Facebook ads. I didn't promote it all over Facebook like I used to. I didn't ask for people to share and promote it as affiliates and pay people a certain percentage for any people that they got into my membership program. I didn't go live and do extra trainings and add extra value and then say, hey, there's this webinar coming up if you want more from this. I didn't do all the things that it took, but in my head in that moment, I believed I did. And so my point to you is you can easily explain away to yourself why you fail, why it didn't work, and that you should just fucking quit. But if you really look at it and you take an aerial view of your business or the actions that you take or the consistency that you do or what you used to do and that now you did now and it didn't work, I would stake so much on the fact that you changed. You didn't do it the same. You didn't implement it the same way. You didn't put in the same effort. There's something about that first time you do something, that first time that you learn something, that you do it like every single fucking step. You don't miss it. Yes, ma'am, got it, doing it. Yes, ma'am, got it, doing it, did it, got it, done, right? And then once you've done it and you've had success and you go to do it again, you're like, I don't need that. I fucking know what I need to do. Now, I got it. I know what I need. I know what I need to do. I've done this before. I know what I need to do. Tessa did this the other day. It's just like, I have 0 parties on my books. I want to shake the shit out of her. Do you know how long you've been in my world? Do you know exactly what to do to book parties? But the problem is, you've had success booking parties with me before. So in your head, you're getting all fucked up and like making things a bigger deal. If you just go back to the beginning and you implement step by step by step, you don't fucking miss anything. Like the first time you started training with me, you'll be fully booked in 45 days max. Crazy, right? And you know, I can say Tessa, right? Because she's awesome. She's been in my world for a long time. She's not going to go cry in the corner because I called her out and talked some shit to her. But it's true. We literally get so hung up on, oh, we did it before. We know what we're doing. You kind of like throw out the rule book. And then when you go to do it, it doesn't work. You're like, I don't know why it didn't work. It used to work for me before. It's because you didn't do it the same. You didn't go at it with the same intention. You didn't have the same mindset. You didn't have the same confidence. None of those things were the freaking same. You came in here believing that you already knew your shit. It's like the difference between somebody who is trainable and somebody who thinks they know it all. The biggest problem with us and our business now that we're more seasoned is we believe we know better. And that will kill your business. So you have to go into every single thing like this is your first time. Like you don't really know the fucking steps. And go through the motions step by step by step by step by step. Now that doesn't mean that you are going to get that same amazing result that you got last time. But that doesn't mean that you're not. You could get a better result this time. No matter what, there's always data to tell you what needs to be edited, what needs to be tweaked, what needs to be, shifted around, and then go again. One thing that I will leave you with is that you cannot change a whole bunch of things at one time, or you will not know what is working and what didn't work. So for me, I will run the Rockstar booking machine like twice a year. And then I have another webinar that I run, which is my 5-step formula to 1K parties. That webinar actually converts better than my Rockstar booking machine. But I didn't realize that in my head until today, right? Because sometimes you have to give that space in your head, that space in your life to get some clarity. Hey, Christy, so that you can get the answers that you really need. And that is why I highly recommend that you journal in the morning and you brain dump that stuff so that you can make some space. Even just writing out everything that's on your mind without any other purpose besides that will give you space to fix your problems. It'll give you space to answer questions that you didn't know that you had. It will give you space to map out a plan. I have so many plans in my journals. I have so many ideas in my journals of products that I wanted to launch or whatever. And who knows if I'll get there. But the point is just getting it out of your head gives you that space for those next steps. I know that this was a long live. I didn't plan on it being that long, but it took forever for it to get started. And I just really wanted to share with you from my heart the 3 things that I noticed that has made me feel like I was roller coastering. And I'm not a roller coastery person. I'm pretty straight up, consistent and just know where I am, where I want to go, how I'm going to get there. And the other thing, the 4th thing, the bonus thing that I want to share with you that I realize that I do, and if I do it, you've got to be doing it, is making things more complicated than they need to be. I literally spent 6 years with a team who created graphics for me, who compiled blog posts and podcasts, things I had said, written, all of this shit all over the place. I have stuff in Dropbox, I have stuff in Asana, and I have stuff in Google Drive. But I'm over here going, what else new can I release? Like, are you fucking kidding me? All I need to do is take what I did, let's say, 4 years ago and re-release it now, right? Resend the fucking email. Put that damn graphic at the top. Schedule the fucking Facebook post. Why do we make things so complicated? It's crazy. And I'm really simplistic when it comes to business. Like step by step by step by step by step. That's how I like things to be. So why the fuck am I making it so hard on myself? Partly because I believe that I've always got to be coming out with something new, right? So that's a belief system. Or the BS bullshit that Anthony Robbins talks about. Secondly, it's like, is that still connected with me and this person that I am today? Who gives a fuck? If it's training and it's something that can actually change your life, if I don't want to sell it, I could put it out on the blog. If I don't want to sell it, I could come live and talk about it. If I don't want to sell it, I could make it a podcast. If I don't want to sell it, I could post it in the Facebook group. So if I don't want to do the quote unquote work that it takes to sell it, I could use it as value, right? And now I've got so much content to go Instagram, YouTube, fucking Pinterest, Facebook, all the places. So I would also encourage you to look at your business and look at the tools that you have sitting around. Look at the tchotchke type stuff that you've bought at the dollar store. Look at the books that you bought to help your business. Look in your email, stuff that you might have even downloaded from me that you wanted to get to help you book parties or your mindset or create content on Facebook or get your shift together, whatever it is, and do the fucking work. Open it up, follow it step by step, even if you've heard it before. Open it up, read the fucking book this week. There's a podcast that you just been meaning to get to. Listen to it while you're in the shower. Listen to it while you cook dinner. Listen to it while you do a fucking puzzle. I don't know, but like pull the shit out. Do something with it, right? So I'm just encouraging you to let go of the comparison of to yourself and other people. Remove attachment to the outcome and enjoy the process. Because if you don't enjoy the process, you will never make it. You have to trust me on this. I used to get so caught up in the outcome, and as long as the outcome was awesome, I thought I was happy. But then when the outcome was way more than I could have ever imagined, I was miserable as fuck because the process wasn't something that I loved. The process wasn't something that I enjoyed. The process was just not me. It wasn't connected to me, and I missed the enjoyment of the process. And focus on the right part. If something doesn't end up the way that you thought it was, if you didn't, reach your goals of what you thought you were going to reach for some launch or whatever, focus on, okay, what did work? What did go well? Was there something that I was missing or some things that I was missing? What elements need to be put in place next time to make sure I have maximum results in this? And what is the data telling me? Because your data will give you everything. My data told me that I was converting at 20%. So that tells me all I have to do is get more registrants for the webinar, more people will show up, and I will sell more memberships. When I sell more memberships, I get to meet new people, I get to change more lives, and I get to do what I fucking love to do, which is be there and coach every single day. But had I stayed hung up on this isn't working, this didn't go right, I don't know what the fuck happened, I spent 10 hours on this is fucking bullshit, all the things, right? Then first of all, I wouldn't be here talking to you about this. And second of all, the results that I continue to have every day from those efforts would not keep going up. But I shifted my focus to the right part of it. And lastly, stop making things so fucking hard. What is it that you have right now that you can take and use that will help better your life and better your business? With that, tomorrow I have my 4-part booking training that I would love for you to be a part of. It's absolutely free. So you're going to join me here on the Rockstar Direct Sales page. I'm going to share it all over the place, and I'm just going to be training you on different aspects of booking for your business. I've been talking a lot about booking, and we're just going to keep it going just through tomorrow, because if you don't start booking parties now, you're going to get to the busiest time of year and you're not going to be making any fucking money. And that's just stupid. Do you know people spend more money between October 1st and December 31st than they do at any other time of the year? So if you don't have a piece of that pie, if you're not making money at that time, if you're not reaching your goals during that time, then that means you did not put yourself out there. You didn't do the work that it takes now to be the one that shows up during that time, to be the one that people are shopping with at that time. The only way you're going to get a piece of that pie is if you do the work now, you set the foundation now, and you have that groundwork going for you. And so tomorrow we're going to be talking about those different elements of booking, all that good stuff. So just make sure you join me. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern. It ends at 8 p.m. Eastern every hour. We're shifting booking topics on what we're talking about. So I hope to see you guys here. I hope you guys come hang out with me right here on the Rockstar Direct Sales page. Turn on your notifications, pay attention, lots of free shit coming up, challenges, good, awesome stuff coming. And my favorite time of the year is coming. And guess what happens at my favorite time of the year? I write a lot. So my goal, I know this sounds psychotic, is to finish all 6 of my direct sales books during this like winter time. It's my muse. I can write like a crazy person in Utah in the winter. I don't know what happens. I'm so excited. So it's the Direct Seller's Guide to Booking, the Direct Seller's Guide to Hostess Coaching, the Direct Seller's Guide to Selling, the Direct Seller's Guide to Recruiting, the Direct Seller's Guide to Team Leadership, and the Direct Seller's Guide to Facebook. That's my goal. So lots of good stuff coming up. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry this was so long, but I hope it was awesome for you. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Remember that you deserve to live the life you love, plus build a profit-filled empire unapologetically authentic. Bye.